Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to our morning market update for Wednesday, March 29th. Boy, time flies. The end of the month is coming up on Friday, the end of the quarter, which means expect some quarter end rebalancing by mutual funds. One of the reasons yesterday a lot of buying came in is the T+3 rule. It used to exist a little bit more in the past. So basically the trade date plus 3 is settlement dates. If you want to get something off your book, you want to dump the losers and window dress your portfolio and buy some winning stocks, that was pretty much the last time to do it. Now, that's a little bit out the window. You could still do that within the next 2 or 3 sessions, okay? So what you have to understand is what happens in mutual funds, put yourself in the shoes of a fund manager who has all these crappy stocks that you've been holding, and it's getting obliterated, it's getting hit. What are you gonna do? Tell your investors you held that crap all quarter? No, you're gonna sell that. You're going to throw on a nice stock that's done well like Apple and say, hey, look, here we go. We're positioned for growth. We're taking advantage of the opportunity. All right. It's called window dressing. Hate it or love it. That's the game. That's what your mutual fund money is going into. All right. So in the next couple of days, what that means is sell the losers, buy the winners, or gain exposure to the overall equity indices. And that's why futures start to rally up a little bit. Yesterday morning, I said it flat out to our subscriber group, said, hey, guys, it looks like these shorts have one last shot at these lows. If they don't get these lows, we're going to have a big buy stop run. I'll be the first to admit, that caught me off guard. When I say a buy stop run, I said maybe 4 or 5, 6 points, 10 points. Let's get crazy here. And then the sellers will try to push this thing down because we started to see some real selling occur. But in this kind of market, it took me off guard. It was 23, 24 points at one point at the high. And so I started off trading well. I ended off not doing so well. Then I made it all back and then some towards the last hour. And this is what I got to tell you as a trader. That's the ability or the skill set you're trying to develop, to be up, to be down, and to come out strong and just step on the thing when the time is right. Yesterday, I did my trade analysis. What was my win rate? I won 3 darn trades and lost 11. 3 for 11. That's pathetic. If I had to submit those reports at a 9-to-5 job and I did 3 good reports and 11 of them were terrible, I'd be fired. That's why I'm in this business, because I don't have to be correct, right? I just got to be correct at the right time. And when the right trend is there, just step on the thing and make some darn money. That's our job. All right, so that's how yesterday finished. So despite it being a really massive update, it wasn't as easy to trade as it looked. Today's session, where is it at? It's just hovering around the close at 51.5 on the S&P 500 futures for the June contract. Let's see what happens, but I think the damage has been done. I think we got some more upside to end the quarter. The next 2 to 3 sessions, actually the next 2 sessions today, 3 including today, tomorrow, and Friday will or should be bullish. Let's see if we could go in and tag those 2390, 2380s, and even higher potentially on the S&P 500. Be careful, because this type of market takes 3, 4, 5 days, 1, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to bring down, and 1 or 2 days to pop right back up. That's bullish. It's going to eventually end, but it doesn't have to end right now, all right? That trend can end when you run out of money trying to short it. That's exactly when it'll end, and it'll go down as you're broke in your account, and you're going to say, darn, I missed the one short. Well, it's like that by design. All right, today's markets in Asia, Japan's up 0.1%, Hong Kong up 0.2%, China down 0.4%, India up 0.4%. So Asian markets looking good, save for China. Europe, London down 0.2%, Paris up 0.1%, Frankfurt 0.3%. Let's call that flat. S&P 500 this morning is flat as well. Dow's pretty much flat. Nasdaq's flat. Crude oil's up 0.5% to 48.61. Currently trading 48.50. We're going to talk about crude and why it was important and why today's a big day for crude. Gold down 0.3 to 1251.30. 10-year yield at 2.41%. All right, here's the deal for today, traders. Fed's Evans is speaking at 9:20 before the market opened. All right, Evans always has some interesting things to say. Watch out for the wire. We had a lot of Fed speak yesterday. It was all dovish. So now I'm very confused at this Federal Reserve. They were very hawkish. They did an interest rate hike with one of the most dovish statements attached to it by Janet Yellen, and now they're dovish. I'm scratching my head. And honestly, I can tell you a lot of traders. I personally know a ton of traders. Some of them make some really good money, and they're scratching their head too. The fact that we're confused doesn't mean we're not making money. It's just we're confused. And that's why when new people join, they say, where's the market going? Or when something happens, they say, hey, why did this happen? I don't freaking know anymore. Who cares? The point is, try to ride the trend. Try to find out where the money's at. and jump in. We're trading in a market that by the time you realize what caused the move that was caused is already over. All right? Stop looking to justify things. I know your brain wants to know why, but that doesn't matter. Knowing why isn't going to make you money. All right? Knowing how to execute and getting into a trade, managing risk, using the right strategy will make you money, and you don't even know why. It's amazing. I got friends say, George, what do you think of this stock? You know what I tell them? I have no idea. I don't even know what that company does. Like, well, don't you do this for a living? Yeah, but I don't need to know the management of a company. I don't need to know the company. It's all a waste of time, all right? According to my opinion. Fed's Rosengren, economic outlook at 11:30. Pending home sales at top of the hour at 10 a.m. EIA petroleum inventories with Department of Energy at 10:30 today. And we got some T-bill auctions, 2-year FRN auction and 7-year note going at 11:30 and 1 p.m. So we got a pretty busy economic day. The big one here is 10:30. The oil inventory number has the ability to make you a ton of money if you just fixate and trade it properly. You can make your entire weekly income off that one period of time, 10:30 on Wednesdays, all right? All right. Britain. We got to talk about this before we get back to oil. Theresa May officially invokes Article 50 at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time in Britain. Actually, 7:30 Eastern time. But out of Britain, she invoked Article 50. Can't even talk today. She just probably take a break. Call it a day, guys. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow. Kidding. Triggered Article 50. What that means is it starts to remove the UK from the European Union. All right. It's a 2.6 trillion economy that's exiting the union. So obviously that's not a good look for the European Union, but they want to leave. The referendum vote was successful. They're going to leave. Scotland is fighting back, saying they want a new and separate independence vote, and they're voting to try to stay now. They don't want to leave with the UK. The UK says you're part of the UK. Scotland says, no, we're not. We want a separate vote. So that's a little bit of a mess. It's a little lopsided. All right, what that's done for the interesting why this isn't the updated version. 1 second. What that's done for the euro, because I actually had the euro stats for the GBP, pound US dollar. Yeah, there we go. All right, so pound US dollar, get this, dropped 0.43% on that news. It's about 53 points at the moment, and it's over 50 pips actually, yeah. In currencies, it's called the pip. One increment of movement is called a PIP, pip. All right, it's still sitting in a daily range between 121.50 to about 125.50. That's a 400 pip range. Currency traders rejoice. You've had a lot of opportunity to trade this thing. I think that some of the weakness today, we'll see how that pans out, but we might leave that range to the downside because I'll tell you why. All right, I'll tell you why this Brexit now happening is actually worse news pretty much than you would think. Okay, because it's like this. Imagine having a kid that underperforms all high school. All right, he just goes out with his friends, gets in a lot of trouble, and says to you, Mom, Dad, I'm going to go to college next year. And you're going to say, sure, you know what? That's great. You're going to go to college. Awesome. High five. I'll help you out. And then they bring in the application. They got accepted. Like, holy crap, this kid's going to college. And what the Brexit is now is, yeah, fine. He made this declaration he's going to college, but it's different now that he's actually doing it. And you drive him and you drop him off at the campus and you turn the car on. You just offload all the furniture. You're driving back home. And you're like, holy crap. All right, there goes another bird out of the nest. That's what's happening here in Brexit. It's finally taking place. Watch out for that. I'm getting a little bit of a sense here. The market's a little more nervous than it appears, especially the pound. If you're trading currency, watch that pound US all day. Watch for updates on the Brexit process. That's important. All right, we have that. So it's a 2-year process from here to actually exit. So there now is going to be some fierce negotiation on immigration, you know, and a lot of the different economical aspects. Trade, a lot of different stuff is going to be taking place, and that's going to be with European President Donald Tusk. He's going to be negotiating, and the European Union is going to be negotiating with Britain. So that's starting a massive process. It could take 2 years. Watch out for that. You've been alerted. It's official. I remember the Brexit vote. We were trading it as a group, and we're like, holy crap, this thing's tanking, and we made some good money trading it. Now it's actually here, so it's funny to finally see it go full circle. API inventory data today. So our API was last night at 4:32. Here was the release. Crude oil had 1.9 million barrel inventory versus 4.5 million prior. Yes, it's less storage or less supply, but it's the 8th build in the last 10 reports. Okay, 80% build rate. That's terrible. You don't want to hear that considering there's an OPEC and non-OPEC agreement for a production cut. Right? I'm not seeing this production cut. It's not showing in the numbers. So what's going on? That's what the market wants to know. All right, gasoline was down 1.1 million versus minus 4.9 prior. So even gasoline has a draw, but less of a draw. So it's still a little bearish on gasoline futures. Distillates down -2 versus 0.9. That's a little bit of a better number. And overall, like I said, 1.9 versus 4.5 prior. So watch for that. What you're looking for today on the Department of Energy report at 10:30 a.m. Eastern is, will there be another build? Okay, if there's a build, it's no longer a surprise. I'm tired of people thinking that a build is bearish. All right, why didn't it go down? There's more barrels in storage. Well, has it last 8 out of 10 reports it's been down? Has that shocked you? Is it shocking that you're getting the same kind of report that's been running the newswire for the last 10 weeks? Like, come on, let's get serious here. No, it's not, right? It's not shocking. In fact, you're probably expecting that at this point. So that's what the market is doing. It's already expecting it. It's already built into it. Now, the better trade is if there's a draw. And if there's a big draw, I'm not talking about a couple thousand barrels. I'm talking about 1 million plus draw. If it shows up minus 1.1, -2, -2.5 million draw on storage, watch oil. Oil's going to skyrocket higher. There are a lot of short sellers in the oil market. There's a lot of longs that got out. Both of those positions are what? They're buyers. They're going to chase this thing higher and let it rip. That's what I'm watching for. If there's a big draw, I'm waiting for the initial algo chop to subside, and I'm getting long, and I'm taking 40, 50, 60, $1 out of that trade today. All right, that's the opportunity. I'm really excited for it. Step on this thing and have a really strong day. I'm going for a couple grand today. I'm not messing around. 50.10 is a big resistance, however, all right? So remember that level, 50.10. I wrote in my note, is a huge resistance. I got to stop doing that. It's getting cheesy. But 50.10 is the overhead level right now. I called the 47 down to 8 or 9 cents. So 47 won't break the first 2 times. Watch it go up. Buy the 47s. It went up. That trade has worked. Now wait for the 50.10. As soon as we got close to 49, oil got faded hard. 48.80 traded, and crude got faded last night really hard. A lot of overhead supply. We might have cleared out that inventory and cleared the way to head out to 50.10 now. So know that it's going to be a bit of a tougher game to crack that 49, but understand that if we crack those 49s, we're going to 50.10. And over there up top, there's massive inventory waiting to dump on oil. Be careful, because we still got this meeting coming up. The production cut expires at the end of June. There's a lot of renewed interest to push that forward again, another 3 months, another 6 months. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't tell you. Last piece of news, Samsung Galaxy S8 set to unveil its new phone, or the Samsung is unveiling its Galaxy S8 phone today at 11 a.m. Eastern. There's 2 sizes, 5.8 and 6.2 inch screens. Samsung trades in Tokyo, so you probably can't trade that. But what you can do is trade Apple and have a look at the reaction. So watch that around 11 a.m. This no home button in a virtual assistant named Bixby. Bixby, that's a... I'm not going to say, hey, Bixby, take me somewhere. That's a weird, short Samsung just based on that. This is important for 2 reasons. One is their last press conference was a release of a phone that exploded. So will they actually address that? And how will Apple react as well? Remember, Apple and Samsung are big rivals. So follow Apple stock day around 11 during this press conference. Have a good news wire, and you'll have good success today trading. When that phone exploded, by the way, I was like, oh, my gosh, that's the Galaxy Note. I have the Galaxy Note. What happens if my phone explodes? Then I look on the back. Mine's a Galaxy Note 3. And there's the Galaxy Note 8 that they're talking about exploding. I used to be the guy that bought the same phone every year because it had a little bit of a better camera. And then I said, heck, I want a better camera. I'll buy a freaking sweet camera, not just a little bit of a better camera, and spend the same amount of money. So now I buy phones every like 4 or 5. I buy them when they break. I'm becoming that old guy. All right. Not as bad as my friend who's still got a flip phone. He got the Motorola Crazer or whatever it's called. He flips it. So funny. Make fun of him every week at hockey. But anyways, guys, I got to get to the subscriber room. I got to open it up. We got to set some levels. We got a great opportunity to trade today. Volatility's come back in, and I'm just loving this market. Bring on more seesaw action. I love a good double-sided market, and every trader will tell you that. When you have markets that go up 80, 100, 200 points on the S&P without any pullbacks or retracements, that's not as easy of a market trade as you would think. Not for a real trader. All right, a real trader wants to see some double-sided action. We haven't got that. It's here. Very curious to see what happens today. We have a lot of opportunity. So let's sum it up. Brexit, that's British pound, US dollar. API inventory last night, that was a build. Okay, today it's the Department of Energy release at 10:30. You got those two things that are big already. So keep an eye out for that. Good luck, good trading. And I also have to give you a reminder, this Friday at midnight, our prices are going up to $139 for the two packages we discussed in last week. One is options, one is day trading with futures. It's two separate packages. Futures is $99, options is $79. Combined, we'll do $139 for those that are interested in both. Before Friday at midnight, you sign up, you get it for $79 US, 43% off. I will never offer that price again just because once it goes up, I can't actually do it on the system. You have to lock it in. And if you don't, I can't add that on there. It's just a system limitation. And I won't because you have until Friday at midnight. Take care. Check it out, tradeproacademy.com. You'll see all the details there. You guys have a phenomenal day. Good luck, good trading. And remember, it's not about being right. It's about being profitable. I won 3 trades and lost 11 yesterday, and I'm honest about that, and I'm looking at you in the face and telling you that. All right? Had a hard time. But then in the afternoon, when I turned off the computer and shut down the platform, smiling ear to ear, I had the profit I was looking for. Things could turn around. It's up to you to do it. Stop looking to be right and be profitable. Take care, YouTube. I'll see you in a bit. Subscribers, we got 10 minutes to the open. Let's get in here and set up some levels. Take care. Bye.